Welcome back to Sean's show, everyone. Oh my God, thank you so much for coming out. Hello, I'm here with Connor behind the keys, as always. How you doing, Connor?
Another glorious day in the neighborhood.
It is another glorious day in the neighborhood. Mr. Rogers is pleased. I spoke with Mr. Rogers at CENTCOM. And Mr. Rogers is pleased with the developments in Iran. Mr. Rogers, I don't know if you guys know, is a huge Zionist and believes in a greater Israel. So Mr. Rogers is here with us. No. So welcome. We have a great show. We have so much to get to. Before we get into it, please subscribe on YouTube, like the show, blah, blah, blah. We're on Spotify. Review the show on Spotify. I hate saying it, and you hate listening to it, but I need to do it. You understand? And that's exactly what Iran is. This is exactly the war in Iran is like, it's like telling you to like and subscribe. The war in Iran, it's like telling you to like and subscribe. I don't want to do it, but it's something we got to do. We got to do it. We have to do it. I'm preemptively telling you to like and subscribe because I know that if I don't do that, you're not going to like and subscribe. You know, Iran needs to like and subscribe to democracy. Iran needs to come around, and they have not. Here's what's going on. You know, so much news about the war, so much news about Iran, so many commentators yelling in your face about the war. Here's what's going on. Fuck all that other shit. Fuck everyone else. Let me just lay it out to you cleanly. Iran, we have been encouraging Iran to like and subscribe to democracy and smash that like button since 1979, you know, since the Iranian Revolution. And they've sort of not come around to that. They've sort of done something else. They've sort of done Sharia law. We've said, hey, why don't you come around to democracy, like and subscribe, smash that motherfucking like button, you know. And Iran has said, no, you know, we don't want to like and subscribe to democracy. We're going to do what we want to do, and we're going to do Sharia law, and which is now in New York City, by the way. Fucking Sharia law. Fucking Sharia law. Cleaning up the snow, Sharia law. You know, paying people to clean up the snow, that's in the Quran. That's the fucking Ayatollah. So that's why we're going to Iran. It's a preemptive strike. We preemptively struck Iran. Now, I don't know, the word preemptive really means nothing anymore. The word preemptive, it depends on how far back you want to look. You know what I'm saying? And we have a video of Marco Rubio that, yeah, let's start with this. We're jumping right in. We have some silly stuff too. So stick around. We have some silly stuff too. But this is kind of how our leadership is thinking about the war. By the way, before we play this, our leadership, you know, whether it be Pete Hegseth or whether it be Marco Rubio, they want to reassure you this is not going to be a forever war. It's going to last 10 or 20 years tops. And that's not forever. The leadership, people, the Trump administration, you got to give them credit that they're getting ahead of the accusations that this will be a forever war in Iran and that it's going to be Iraq 2.0. And they've said confidently into the camera, it's not going to be a forever war. You don't have to worry. Okay. We're going to get in. We're going to give them the democracy. I'll take a little oil. We're going to get in. We're going to give them a little democracy. Give them a little right to self destination. There's that word they use. Self-actualization. We're going to get them into astrology. We're going to make the people of Iran do acid. That's kind of what they want. That's kind of like the vibe is like, they're like, we're going to go to Iran, but we're not going to tell them. How does that make sense? What the US is saying is we're saying, hey, we are going to give you, the people of Iran, the opportunity to form the government that you want. And it better be a Western democracy, or we're going to nuke the fuck out of you. We're going to give you, it's called self-destination. Fuck, I forgot. It's self-actualization. There's a word, and you guys are all screaming it at me in your cars right now. But the point is, we're going there, and it's not going to be a long time. It's not going to be for a long time. We're going to get in there. We're going to get in there, and we're going to do what we need to do. We're going to preemptively get in there, and we're going to preemptively and proactively create a power vacuum. Don't worry. What we're doing in Iran, we have a plan. What we've done so far, at the behest of Israel, what we've done so far on our own accord and at the behest of Mossad, is we've gone into Iran, and, guys, things are going well. Things are going well in Iran. You have to relax. What have you done so far? Well, we made a power vacuum. Well, we killed the main guy, and we made a power vacuum. And then, by the way, we also killed all the people that were lined up to replace that guy. We made a power vacuum, and that was step one. See, people need to understand what we're doing in Iran. It's all going according to plan. Step one, make a power vacuum. Step two, get the oil. Step three, install our version of our dictator. It's a tale as old as time. People need to stop. I see so many people on the internet that are like pro-war, and I see these. You know what? This is a message to all the young people out there. If you see a TikTok edit, the fucking White House is making TikTok edits of F-35s bombing schools. That's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. If you go on the White House TikTok, they have edits where they're playing the Macarena slowed and reverbed. They're playing the slowed and reverbed Macarena over aircraft carriers. Now, it makes me sick. It makes me sick. And then there's all these different memes of Trump with like in a silhouette of Trump with a B-52 in the background. It's yes, it's ironic. It's funny. Okay. But you have to understand that some people, they really believe in this shit. They really, really believe. And those are the people that sign up. Those are the people that sign up and enlist. They see these memes on TikTok. It's propaganda. It's propaganda in its truest form. It's propaganda in its rawest form. Yes, this is incredible. So this is from the actual White House. Let's start with this. Let's get a little, it works. You played 3 seconds of it, Connor. I already feel like I want to go to die for Israel. Okay, so this is from, it's from the White House TikTok, right? Is that the account?
Double checking here for
Let's
you. Yeah,
make people believe.
This is the White House account.
The White House this is the government.
Yep.
Okay. So we have an edit. They're just doing war edits. Okay, let's take a look, because this will get us all hyped to die for the pedophiles. This is it, guys. If you're just listening, it's Donald Trump going to Epstein's Island. That's the video. I'm kidding. We got a B-52. I mean, it's fucking sick. Can you pause it? That last clip they played, that was actually a girls' school.
I thought you were joking about the Macarena thing. I haven't seen this, so when you said Macarena, I went, of course, this is a bit. That is...
No,
Legitimately the Macarena.
You can't make fun of the Trump administration, dude. They're you can't make fun of them. You can't. It's just what they're you got to hand it to the Trump administration with their social media, the messaging. You got to hand it to the Trump administration. They are in lockstep on messaging, and honestly, I think they probably hired the same social media team that Zoran used. I think they hired the same, because like Zoran's social media game, that's why he won that election. Zoran did subway takes. And you know what? You people are so fucking stupid. If Donald Trump did subway takes, you'd be a Republican. A lot of you people are really that fucking stupid and gullible. If Donald Trump went on subway takes, a lot of you be like, oh, you know what? I actually I'm warming up to him. If Donald Trump went on subway takes, he'd be like, Iran belongs to Israel. Iran. If Donald Trump went on subway takes, he'd be like, 16 is old enough. So what's your take? 16 is old. It's actually old enough. So get excited and get used to it. Get excited and get used to Iran. Get used to hearing the country name Iran a lot. Because this war is not going to last 5 days. It's not going to last 5 weeks. And it's not going to last 5 years. It's going to last 5 minutes. It's over. That's what they want you to think.
Do you want to see Pete Hegseth talk about that time?
Let's do Marco Rubio, because this is, and then we'll do it all. So this is our friend Marco Rubio explaining. This is Marco Rubio explaining, trying to justify why we bombed. And by the way, before you play it, by the way, guys, just to set the stage here, if you live under a rock, if you're not plugged in, did we hit Iranian military installation targets? Yes, we did. But we also hit a fucking girls' school. Okay? So you tell me how that advances American interests, is hitting a girls' school and killing. I mean, it's just sick. It's hard to even talk. It's hard to even talk about this shit sometimes, guys. But just so you know, that's part of what we did in conjunction with Israel and the other our allies.
I just want to throw this up.
Yeah.
The death count of that too. It wasn't like a no one died. We just hit a school. It was 168 people.
Yeah. I mean, I just can't. It's just impossible. Like, and who bombed the school? Well, here's the headline: How the worst mass casualty event of the Iran war unfolded. A strike on the school. There was a name there that I'm not going to try to butcher. During the U.S.-Israeli bombing campaign, killed 168 people. I mean, and this shit is not talked about. This is not in the war edit. You know what they need? You know what? If you're going to be fair, if the Trump administration was actually fair, which obviously they're not, but if the White House TikTok is going to do a war edit, then they need to include the school that we bombed. Let's be fair. If they were being honest, and stop using slowed and reverbed Macarena and play the fucking audio from a school getting bombed. Because that is war. That is war. It's not planes going, yow. That's part of it. You know, let me just ask a question here. When you see these war edits and you see these F-35s flying off the aircraft carrier and the pilots with the fucking tubes in their mouth and they go, and you get your dick rock hard. Let me ask you one simple question. Where is the plane flying to? Because you know what's so funny about those war edits is they actually cut the video before, well, not that one. They showed a building exploding. But you know what they don't show? They don't show the civilians getting blown up by Tomahawk missiles. Okay? They don't. You want to know why? Because they don't want to show the reality of war and they want you to go and think it's cool. They want to make war cool again, which we're going to get to. We're going to talk about our friend Palmer Luckey, scumbag, Anduril CEO, scumbag, autistic fuck. We're going to talk about him later. Let's watch this Rubio clip because I think it's important.
Can I throw one fact in there real quick?
Yes.
Too, Sean, just to put in the context of what you're saying too. We talk about the Iraq War, civilian casualties. Some have estimated as high as 200,000 civilians
in the Iraq War.
Yeah, in
Wow.
20 years. So just that food for thought in the outcome of war.
Well, and that's an AI summary, so the real number is 20,000. Honestly, I think we need to do a moratorium on AI summaries but we can't. It's like they just shove AI down your throat. They really do. It's like impossible to not use it.
I tried to go to the link here. This page is. It does.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, but
it's like it's tough to not use AI. Like I open my. Again, it's like I open my phone. They're like summarizing the texts that I missed. You see that shit? Whenever I open my phone, it's just AI being rammed. You know what's so fucking annoying? Every time I open my phone, it's just AI being rammed down my fucking throat like a 12-inch cock. I'm just choking. We're all choking on the massive AI dick that the entire industry is just ramming down our fucking throats. It's so annoying. I open my phone and I get an AI summary of a family group chat that I never read. And the group chat summary is always like, sympathy for ICE agents. You know what I'm saying? It's like you open your phone and I get these AI group summary. Like I open my phone, I get these group summary chats from like my big family group chat. And it's always like, moving to Palm Springs, sympathy for ICE agents, desire to not talk politics in group chat. That's what it is. And it's like, thanks AI. Like I don't need to know that. I muted my family group chat for a reason. I don't need to see an AI summary of the group chat. That's why I muted it. But AI wants me to know. They want me to be like, hey, your extended family's talking about how it must be tough to be an ICE agent right now. And every time I have an unread text, I scroll down at my dad. It's like a text from my dad. It's like, a clip from Joe Rogan talking about health. Clip from Joe Rogan talking about health with RFK. I don't need health advice from RFK. I don't need advice on how to interpret the Epstein files from Joe Rogan. And I don't need advice on geopolitics from alcoholics like Pete Hegseth. I don't need it. I don't need advice, and I don't need to be governed and dictated to and lectured to by the Trump administration when it comes to war. It's everyone knows, and I mean this goes without saying, but it's Epstein. This is a distraction from the Epstein files. I don't have to say. It goes without saying. This war. Of course he started a war to distract from the Epstein files. That's the only way. Because guess what? War is great for the economy. Shout out to Palantir, our favorite stock on the show. 152.62. It's up 3.67% today. You want to know why? Because you want to know what's happening right now? Alex Karp is in the Oval Office with our friend Donald Trump talking about the West and using words like LLMs. The only way to become a billionaire now is to sell your soul and make a defense contractor startup and become a Republican and talk about LLMs and leveraging AI in warfare and the West. That's the only way to become a billionaire now. You're Taylor Swift. The two ways to become a billionaire in the 21st century is you have to make a defense contractor and sell your soul and talk about the importance of Western values and large language models and be a little autistic and be a fucking psychopath. Or you have to be a singer-songwriter and talk about heartbreak. Those are your two options.
There's a door 3.
Okay, what's door 3?
Mr. Beast is a billionaire.
Oh, Mr. Beast. Well, I consider him a defense contractor. Mr. Beast actually a trillionaire. That's a whole other category. Mr. Beast, mark my words, Mr. Beast, you can see Mr. Beast bought a bank. Mr. Beast owns a bank now. Just fucking put a bullet in my head. Put a bullet in my fucking head. Mr. Beast owns a bank. Mr. Beast is gonna do Mr. Beast is doing things with the Super Bowl. He's doing deals with Raytheon. I mean, he's gonna be doing deals with Anduril. Mr. Beast is gonna do a partnership with Anduril where we're gonna see how many American soldiers can die in Iran in a 24-hour period. Hey guys, Mr. Beast here. We're gonna go to Iran. That's kind of, you know what? I'm not going to be surprised if Mr. Beast ends up just becoming a shill for the Trump administration and his next video. Look at that little fuck. If you're just listening, that's him at the Deal Book Summit, which we watched on a previous episode, which you guys should go watch. We watched him convert into like total corporate bro. Mr. Beast has done a full conversion into corporate bro. And he looks like Larry Ellison there, doesn't he? Doesn't he he looks like Larry Ellison. He's going to be the next Larry Ellison. He's buying banks. He's buying the media. Truly, Mr. Beast is such a soulless little shit fuck. Mr. Beast, he does look like a young Larry Ellison. It almost brings a tear to my eye. They grow up so fast. The billionaire psychopaths, that's almost like a 1-for-1. That looks like a young Larry Ellison. They grow up so fast to it's just so cool to see him, buy a bank. I always knew my little Mr. Beast. What's his name? Donald Richardson? Richard Donaldson?
Jimmy Donaldson.
Jimmy Donaldson. They grew up so fast. I'm not, truly though, Mr. Beast is such a fucking sellout hack that in a year from now, mark my words, you're going to go on YouTube and Mr. Beast is going to have done a collab with the Department of War. And you know what it's going to be? It's going to be straight war propaganda packaged in a game show format. And he's going to be like, hey, YouTube, I sent 1 million American men to Iran. And it's going to do a drone shot. There's going to be a huge zoom out drone shot. We're going to find which of these American soldiers can survive the longest in Sharia law. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I sent 10,000 soldiers to Iran. The zoom out drone shot. You fucking people are so fucking gullible. It makes me sick. You all just get brainwashed by a fast forward zoom out drone shot. What the fuck is wrong with you? When you know what? There must be something in the amygdala or the cerebral cortex. Somewhere in the human brain, when the human brain sees a zoom out, sped up zoom out drone shot, we all instantly get hooked. We're like, oh my God, this is so cool. It's sick. It's a sick fucking world. All right, we're getting a little off track. Yes, thank you. You're ahead of me, Connor. Thank you. So why are we in Iran? Why do we bomb Iran? Why are we at war with Iran? Marco Rubio has the answers.
Does Congress have to weigh in? Is the president declaring war, and does Congress
No.
have to weigh in? And was there an imminent threat? Did you tell lawmakers that there was an imminent threat?
There absolutely was an imminent threat, and the imminent threat was that we knew that if Iran was attacked, and we believed they would be attacked, that they would immediately come after us. And we were not going to sit there and absorb a blow before we responded, because the Department of War assessed that if we did that, if we waited for them to hit us first after they were attacked, and by someone else, Israel attacked them, they hit us first, and we waited for them to hit us, we would suffer more casualties and more deaths. We went proactively in a defensive way to prevent them from inflicting higher damage. Had we not done so, There would have been hearings on
Okay,
Capitol
pause.
Hill about how we knew that
We did a proactive defense. See, the problem is, what he's saying is, the problem is there's this school in Iran with a bunch of little girls. And we proactively defended ourselves by hitting that school with a Tomahawk missile. Now, why did we do this? Well, because if we didn't do it, Israel would have done it and we wouldn't have been aware of it. And then we would have gotten hit. You know what he just admitted? Marco Rubio just admitted into the fucking camera that we bombed Iran because if we didn't bomb Iran, Israel would have done it. So it sounds like what you're admitting is that we're being dragged into another war by Israel. That sounds like what you're saying. And so what you're saying is, in order to not be dragged into another war by Israel, we got in a war with Iran first. So in a sense, we're actually the ones dragging Israel. It's kind of a tables have turned. It's kind of a turntables have turned kind of thing where we know that from history, if you know any history, we know that Israel's going to drag us into a war. So knowing that, what we did is we just cut to the chase and we're like, we're not going to let you drag us into a war. We're just going to start the fucking war. Fuck you. That's kind of the energy. It's like breaking up with someone when you know they're about to break up with you. That's what it is. No, you know what it is? It's you can't fire me, I quit. That's what it is. What America is doing right now in Iran with respect to the bombings and Israel's involvement as well, it's you can't fire me, I quit. It's saying to Israel, you can't bomb them first. I did it. I did it first. It's like I called dibs. I call nuh-uh. This is a schoolyard. These are a bunch of psychopaths on a big schoolyard. The world is a playground to them. The world is theater to them. And they all get to play and move us around like chess pieces. That's what they like to do. Well, checkers. They're retarded. They don't play chess. People say, oh, the elites move us around like chess pieces. They're playing checkers. They're not. Don't give them that much credit. You think Marco Rubio knows what castling is? You think you think Pete Hegseth knows what en passant means? Don't come at me. En passant. I want to ask Pete Hegseth after a couple drinks what en passant means. He'd be like, what is that? That's some Quran shit? You talking Arabic to me, son? You speaking Arabic, son? Arabic? So at the end of that video, Marco Rubio said that can we play that last part again? Because he's bumbling like a fucking idiot. We defended and we attacked proactively and we preemptively bombed. Okay, let's play it again.
Hit us first, and we waited for them to hit us, we would suffer more casualties and more deaths. We went proactively in a defensive way to prevent them from inflicting higher damage. Had we not done so, there would have been hearings on Capitol Hill about how we knew that this was going to happen and we didn't act preemptively to prevent more casualties and more loss of life.
Wrong. Pause it. Wrong. He's saying if we didn't proactively and preemptively defend ourselves by bombing Iran and we got hit, then we would have been read the Riot Act by Congress. Well, you want to know what? We're still going to get hit. And you know who's going to hit us? And I don't want to go all Alex Jones on everyone here, but the CIA is going to hit New York. How is, let me just ask a question. How is bombing Iran going to be preemptively protect us from a false flag in New York? We're going to get false flagged. The CIA and Mossad are going to false flag New York. Maybe that could happen. But bombing Iran is not going to stop that. Okay. Are you guys rocking with me here, or am I just speaking fucking Arabic to you? Does this sound Arabic? Because I am Muslim now. I am Ayatollah. I am pro. You know, there's this trend. I was getting a drink with my buddy yesterday. We were talking about the popularity of Islam in the West and how a lot of white people are now getting into Islamic culture. This is a real thing that's happening. And I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. No, I'm not even joking. Like, I think it's cool. Okay, I don't know. All religions are equally stupid. Let's I don't know what I'm saying. It's interesting. I think it's just an interesting phenomenon to point out is that, I think you have a lot of people, maybe it's just my bubble in Brooklyn. I don't know. I don't know if there's a lot of people converting to Islam in Austin, Texas. I'll say that much. I lived in Austin for 2 years. Not a whole lot of people saying inshallah in Austin, Texas. But it's the same excuses they always give us for war. We had no choice. They had weapons of mass destruction. We had no choice. They're going to nuke us. So we had to nuke them. And it's sad. By the way, I made $1 million. By the way, I made $1 million on a defense contractor deal that I'm a part of. But we had to do it. Don't you guys understand that we had to bomb Iran? We had to. We didn't have a choice. You want to know why? We didn't have a choice to bomb Iran. You want to know why? Because all of the money that the Trump administration has invested in the defense stocks, the stocks were going down. We had no choice. I was down 20%. I was down 25% on my Palantir, my entry point into Palantir was looking bad. We had no choice. We had to bomb Iran to get those numbers up. Okay? And that's the real reason. The real reason we bombed Iran is to get that oil. It's to get that oil. It's to get that oil and to make a little bit of cash and to pump up the defense budget, and God knows what kind of world we live in now. This has been a long time coming. Well, war in Iran has been a long time coming. People have joked about Iran being the next Iraq for fucking a decade, And so, in a way, it's almost, it's just a sad day, but in a way, it's almost like, I get it. I mean, it's like, okay. I love that everyone voted for Trump because he was supposed to be the no new wars president. And here we are in a new war. No new wars president, except for this one in Iran that's going to last 20 years. No new wars. It's not a war. Oh my God. You know what? I saw this comment that made my blood boil. So we bomb Iran, and there's all this news about bombing Iran, how we're going to war with Iran. And then some guy goes, it's not a war, it's a skirmish. What the fuck? It's a skirmish? Okay. And that actually brings us to our story of the episode, which is, what is a war really? You know that Dave Chappelle bit, how old is 16 really? Which looking back is a little bit weird. 16 is a child, Dave, by the way. 16 is old enough to know if you want to get pissed on. But it's also, you're a child. Now, an analogy that I'm going to bring is how, what is a war really? Right? And the point here is that, make no mistake, don't be worried. A lot of people are worried that we're going into Iran and we didn't get congressional approval, and Trump is just unilaterally starting a war in Iran without getting congressional approval. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, because Congress is going to take a vote. And we all know that good things happen in Congress. We all know that good things happen in Congress, ladies and gentlemen. So what is going on? Let's just really back up and look at the sequence of events. Can we do that? Can we just have clear eyes? Let's look at with clear eyes the sequence of events over the last week. Here's the first thing that happened. We bombed Iran and Trump declared war on Iran. And then here's what happened after that. Congress is going to vote on whether or not we should go to war with Iran. Now, you tell me what doesn't make sense in that picture. You tell me if that makes sense logically. To me, I'm just going to say this, you guys. It seems like maybe those things should be reversed. Maybe we should vote on whether or not we should go to war again before we bomb them. You know, and there's this whole thing that's supposed to, there's this whole process that's supposed to happen in Congress called the War Powers Act. And it's I guess a law. What is a law? The War Powers Act, you guys, if you don't know, that's what Congress uses to retroactively decide that the war was legal. That's what it really is. The War Powers Act in Congress. That's what Congress uses to retroactively label what politicians supported going to war. Let's read this. I'm glad you pulled it up. So what is it? The War Powers Resolution of 1973. To fulfill the intent of the framers of the Constitution, the framers of the Constitution, and ensure that the collective judgment of both the Congress and the President will apply to the introduction of United States armed forces into hostilities. The War Powers Resolution of 1973, also known as the War Powers Act, is a congressional resolution designed to limit the U.S. president's ability to initiate or escalate military actions abroad. As part of our system of governmental checks and balances, I love that that's in quotes. That doesn't exist anymore. That almost reads like, as part of our system of checks and balances. I love that that's in quotes. Checks and balance. The law aims to check the executive branch's power when committing U.S. military forces to an armed conflict without the consent of the U.S. Congress. It stipulates the president must notify Congress within 48 hours of military action and prohibits armed forces from remaining for more than 60 days. Okay. So that is what it should do. So here we go. The Constitution divides war powers between Congress and the president. Okay, let me bold, triple bold, underline, red highlight, yellow highlight on this one. This is straight from the fucking Constitution. Only Congress can declare war and appropriate military funding. Yet the president is commander-in-chief of the armed forces. That sounds pretty clear to me. So only Congress can declare war. But the president can have a skirmish that lasts 5 to 10 years. Guys, we're not going to have a forever war. We're going to have a forever skirmish. We're not going to have a forever war because these fucking pussies in Congress, you know, we can't call it a war. These fucking pussies in Congress are going to stop us. So you know what we're going to do? Let's call it decisive military action. It's not a war. It's not a war. It's decisive violence. Fuck you, Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth is such a little fuck. It's not a war. Guys, we're not at war with Iran. Did we bomb them? Yes. But it's not a war. It's not a war. We're simply going in there and trying to achieve objectives. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not allowed to achieve an objective? I'm sorry. Am I not allowed to send a B-52 to Iran anymore? So I need to get votes to send a B-52 to Iran? What kind of fucking country do we live in? I mean, truly, the amount of depravity and the amount of depravity that these people have, it makes me fucking sick. The depravity of these people, the callousness and the casualness that they use to send people to their death and kill little girls and just keep on going and just put one step in front of the other. That's all you can do. All you can do is wake up and just take it one day at a time when you're killing little girls. You know, and the contempt. That is what really pisses me off. The contempt that Pete Hegseth and the entire administration, they have contempt when we ask questions. That should piss everyone off. When we ask questions about what they're doing, they have contempt. They go, "Are you fucking stupid? How dare you ask me that question? We bombed Iran because we're going to bring them freedom." Duh! Oh, yeah? Let's cut to Iraq and see if they have freedom. You know, I just wish they could be honest. I just wish that Pete Hegseth could go in front of a microphone and during the press gaggle, right? And when they ask him about Iran, he goes, "It's super obvious what we're doing. We're going to Iran to make a power vacuum and get the fucking oil. Duh! Are you fucking stupid?" And he just chugs vodka. And he just chugs Ciroc. I want Pete Hegseth to chug Ciroc. I want Pete Hegseth to chug a bottle of Ciroc and then be like, "We're going for the fucking oil, dumb fucking cunt. Fuck you. Are you with CNN? Oh, wait, no, we like CNN now because Barry Weiss owns it." By the way, CNN is owned by Barry Weiss. We love that. We love that. Every news media organization is owned by Larry Ellison or Donald Trump or Elon Musk. Every news media organization is owned by a billionaire. That's Ciroc, by the way. Thank you for pulling that up. That's incredible. Pete Hegseth is pounding Ciroc. I don't know why I chose Ciroc, but it's funny. It's a fun one. He's not sipping on Ciroc. Pete Hegseth is chugging on Ciroc. And we can't spend the whole episode on Iran, but it's all, that's obviously, you know, that's the rub. That's what's going on. What are we at, Connor?
Time-wise or story-wise?
Time-wise.
We're about 45 minutes in here, Sean.
Let's do a silly. We gotta do a silly one. We can't just talk about death and fucking violence. We gotta do a silly one. Let's do this McDonald's. So on the bright side, let's cue up this McDonald's CEO one. This is an interesting, incredible video. On the bright side, you guys, there's a new burger. And here to help sell us on McDonald's new Big Arch Burger is the CEO of McDonald's. And it's just one of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my life. It's, you know, I know guys like this, by the way. I don't know this guy, but these are the people that are in charge and selling you the poison. And what we're gonna watch really quick is the CEO of McDonald's is gonna actually eat, which is crazy it's crazy that is a hilarious statement. It's like the CEO of McDonald's is gonna eat McDonald's. You're like, what the fuck? Why would he eat that poison? So what we're gonna watch is him doing a taste test of the new Big Arch Burger, which, if you don't know, is just, I guess it's just a burger. We don't need to, you know, and that's the crazy thing is every time like Burger King or McDonald's, they come out with these new, they come out with these new innovations quote unquote, that's what that guy would call it, by the way. Our newest McDonald's innovation is 3 patties instead of 2 patties. It's like, you can't reinvent. We're done. The burger is done. The burger has been optimized. You can't. It's new. It's a new thing. Buy. All they're doing is rebranding a thing that's existed for fucking centuries. The hamburger. Okay. But this is just a funny video. Let's watch this. This is a funny video. This is him eating the burger.
Product. It is so good. I'm going to do a tasting right now, but I'm going to eat this for my lunch, just so you know. So first of all, let's try to get this thing. I don't even know how to attack it.
That looks disgusting.
Got so much to it. Oh, there's also some crispy onions on here as well. I see those kind of coming out. All right, the moment of truth.
He barely
eats. That is so good. That's a big bite for a big arch.
No,
I love this product. It is so good.
It's
I'm going to do a tasting right now, but I'm going to eat this for my lunch, just so you know.
You know what? I don't usually do this, Connor. Can you pull up a meme of? Can you pull up the meme of Squidward eating a Krabby Patty? This is gonna be funny. You know what this video reminds me of? If you're for my SpongeBob fans, this is you probably already know the image in your head, but we're gonna pull it up if you don't remember it. It's Squidward. It's just an image, I think. It's like it's Squidward eating a little bitty bite of a Krabby Patty. And it's hilarious. And that's not a big bite. That's perfect. This is McDonald. This is what this guy did. That's what he did. He took his teeth out. He barely bit the burger. And he probably ended up loving it. Because you want to know why? McDonald's poison tastes good. But that's kind of like what we're doing here is the size of the bite that he took is comical. And you know he didn't finish that. You know he did not finish that burger. Look at his face. Oh, that's the perfect still. This is the McDonald's CEO eating a big arch burger, which is just a fucking burger, right? There's nothing new about the big arch burger. Let's make that clear. And he's eating it like he's eating a bag of shit. It looks like he's like being forced to eat a bag of shit. It is that. He like takes the tiniest bite.
I also like how he said, I am eating this for lunch.
Yeah.
He doesn't normally eat McDonald's.
Make no mistake. This guy, to become the CEO of McDonald's, you have to lie your way to the top. And this guy's not a good liar. He's not selling it at all. If anything, I'm never going to McDonald's again after this. Because the CEO of McDonald's knows here's the thing. The reason that he's making that face is because when he bites into that burger, he knows all of the preservatives and junk and literal poison and trash that goes into the meat at McDonald's that makes it so you can heat it up in a microwave. Right? Or freeze it. McDonald's patties are frozen for like an eon. I don't know if you guys know how McDonald's food is prepared. What they do is they kill a cow that's never walked in its entire life. Okay? That's how I know how McDonald's food is prepared. We all do. We all know how McDonald's food is prepared. They first off, they take the actual patty from a cow that has only walked from where it was born to where it dies. That's step one. And then the cow dies. They kill the cow. They take the meat. And then they freeze the meat from that cow. And they put that meat in a frozen meat locker for 1 to 2 eons. And what needs to happen is, in order to get access to this frozen McDonald's meat, you have to slay the McDonald's dragon. Okay, it's a very involved process. Once you slay the McDonald's dragon, you get the McDonald's meat. Okay, you have to go to RFK's house, and RFK actually blesses you. RFK actually blesses every McDonald's patty before you eat it, and he blesses it because of Maha. You know, we all love Maha. And then it goes to the McDonald's slot factory in Des Moines, Iowa, where you then consume it. Okay, that's the process, and this guy knows that that's the process. This guy knows all of the disgusting preservatives that are injected into the patty and the lettuce. He goes, "There's so much to it." I'm like, "Are you talking about the antibiotics?" The CEO, he picks up the patty. He's like, "The crispy onions are falling out of this product." I'm like, stop. I love that he calls it a product. You want to know what? You want to know why he calls it a product? Because he doesn't even see it as an edible thing. A product to me is a vacuum cleaner. Okay? A product to me is not something that you eat. And the fact that he calls it a product tells me he doesn't see it as edible. This guy, he eats human flesh. This guy eats human flesh, okay? He took one bite and he's like, "This is not human thigh. I'm going to eat human thigh. Thank you very much." Okay? I mean, he's literally wincing. Okay? If that should tell you anything about the food that's available and sold to us in America, this should tell you everything you need to know about whether or not you can trust McDonald's or any fast food for that matter. It's really sad. It's really sad that most Americans live in what's called a food desert. I'm a Brooklyn pussy liberal now. Talk about food deserts. A food desert is where you can only get access to gas station. Like a food desert is, if you live in a food desert, if the only food in your available, immediate area is like gas station trash or fast food, right? And it's hard for you to get out to a grocery store, right? That's the definition of a food desert. And now to me, guys, on the inside, I don't know if you guys know, I am a 12-year-old boy. To me, a food desert sounds amazing. You're telling me the only food we have access to is Doritos and Dr. Pepper? That's not a food desert. That's a food cornucopia. We live in a food desert. Oh, you mean I can't get broccoli? Fuck yeah. And that's America. That's America. As you go up to a family and you're like, "I'm sorry you guys live in a food desert. Like, our country failed you." And the mom is like, "I can't believe I can't get healthy food for my kids." And then the kid's like, "Wait a minute. So you're telling me I'm going to be eating Doritos and Dr. Pepper for dinner every day?" Yes. You're telling me we can't buy broccoli? Fuck yeah. It's like, so that's how the CEOs think about the products.
I have an image I got to show you.
Okay. Oh, it's the Hamburglar.
I mean, I do feel like the CEO is kind of like the Hamburglar grown up.
I love that. He is. He took off his mask. I mean, here's the thing. This is from the era of McDonald's when it was actually quality food. That's when you can go to McDonald's and it was fun. McDonald's had like a ball pit. McDonald's actually is really a great example of the hollowing out of America. It actually is such an incredible example on what corporatism and private equity and shareholder capitalism has done to America in the last 30 years. Remember, if you're old enough to remember this, back when I was a kid, I mean, look at that. That's a fucking Oh my God, that's a perfect image. Guys, when I was young, you go to McDonald's, you spend 2 hours at McDonald's. You get your fucking milkshake, you get your Happy Meal, and they had slides. I'm just destroying my own set. Guys, this first image, if you're just listening, it's a photo of an old McDonald's from way back in the day. You know, it's just feels American. It feels good. You run into the McDonald's, you meet your friends there, you go down the slide, it's colorful, it's vibrant, it's beautiful. And now a McDonald's today is a gray box. It's a gray box and there's no employees. You go to a McDonald's today and there's no one's behind the counter. You go to a McDonald's today and it's one guy. It's one guy making sure that you don't go behind the counter and steal the food. That's all it is. No slides, no color. It's a sad gray box. And this is what has happened to America in the last 30 years. There's no charm to anything anymore. There really isn't. Everything has become optimized. We've optimized ourselves into suffering. Nothing has any charm. You know what? And that guy who's the CEO, maybe it's him, maybe it was someone else, but the McDonald's executive management team, they probably said, why are there slides and a ball pit at McDonald's? You know? And they're like, that's not profitable. Let's cool it with the slides. And that makes you Satan. The guy at McDonald's who ripped out the slides from McDonald's, he should burn in hell forever. May you burn in hell for eternity for ruining my childhood. Now when I go into McDonald's, it's a homeless guy charging his laptop. It's so sad. No, I think they should be able to do that. But that's what it is. You want to know, and that's what it's, you want to know why homeless people have to go to McDonald's to charge their laptops? It's because we don't help those people. And so the only way they can find solitude and warmth in the cold winter is in a McDonald's. That's what it is. McDonald's have turned into homeless shelters. McDonald's used to be a place you could go with your family and slide down a slide, you know, and run around with your friends. And now you go to McDonald's, there's no slides. There's just a couple of homeless guys charging their iPhones, you know, and you go up and you go, can I get a coffee? And then they just fucking toss it in your face. They go, fuck you. You order on an app. You order on a screen. It's just sick. You order on a screen. You know, it's like there's like McDonald's points. I mean, it's a great representation of our institutions failing us. This is a failure. This is our country and our institutions failing us. Whenever I drive through any part of America these days, when I do comedy, most of it looks like this. Most of America looks like this. Most of America looks like a gray box where you go and you get jam, you get your fucking poison. I'm big. By the way, guys, I'm big on my wellness. I'm really important. Wellness is really important to me now. Wellness is really important to me. That's why I had pizza for dinner yesterday. I did have a ginger shot though. Ginger shots is like my new drug, dude. You guys, if you guys haven't tried, we are sponsored. I'm kidding, we're not. Ginger shots are like, they taste terrible, but you have a ginger shot, you can kill it. It's like Coke. I've never even had Coke, but I assume it's like Coke. Yeah, all right. Let's see. Let's wrap it up with something fun. we talked about Iran for a long time. We got McDonald's. What else do we have on the docket there, Connor? We have a lot of stuff.
We can talk Waymo. There is Bill and Hillary. There is
the Hillary deposition.
Anthropic was in the news. Polymarket has some new interesting.
We gotta do that. Okay. Thank you. Okay, guys. So our final story. This one is a continuation of my lecture series called Sean Hates Technology. This is a continuation of my lecture series called Sean Wants to Murder Every Technology Entrepreneur. So now, guess what? We're back. We're back. And I have an exciting news story. Polymarket, which I've talked about a little bit on the show, along with Kalshi. If you guys don't know, these are new platforms where you can invest. Polymarket and Kalshi, if you guys aren't familiar, because a lot of people are not familiar, somehow. They're being advertised everywhere. But Polymarket and Kalshi are these new platforms where you can make really smart investments. They're called prediction markets. It's not gambling. Why is it? Why are we so forceful on that point? Because if we get regulated as a casino, then our whole business fails. It's not gambling. It's a prediction market. It's investing. Why are we hammering that point so hard? Well, if we get regulated as a casino, we literally fail. But guess what, you guys? What's really cool about our reality now? I love reality. I love Polymarket. I love Polymarket and Kalshi. I also love that they're sponsoring a lot of the biggest podcasts. I love that every big podcaster that talks about corruption and talks about the evils of the elites and how dystopian everything is now, I love that they also take money from Polymarket. That gives me a lot of confidence. I love that. Now going back to the actual development, this is a new market on Polymarket that you can bet on right now. And I'll just tell you the market in case you're just listening. Here's the market. It's a prediction market. It's not gambling. It's a prediction market. You can go on Polymarket right now and you can bet on if there will be a nuclear detonation by March 31st or June 30th. Now, I don't know why they say no, because they should be active. But the nuke, so you can bet. So you can bet on whether there will be a nuke by the end of the month. And you can bet on that. Sorry, you can invest in that. Now, I don't know what more evidence you need that this should be fucking banned. And I am a very laissez-faire capitalist, you guys. Don't get me wrong. I do believe in free market capitalism. I know I talk a lot of shit, but I do believe in a lot of the values of Western democracy. And I believe in the values I believe in capitalism to some extent. I believe in regulated capitalism. Now, here's an example where I think we need a little bit of that R word. Not the R word, regulation. The founders of Polymarket are R words. Nuclear weapon detonation by ... question mark. I mean, it's and you can just put money on whether or not there'll be a nuke. Guys, I don't know if I have to say this, but if there's a nuke and you make money on this market, I have a pretty good idea that you're not going to be able to cash that in. I have a pretty good idea. I have a pretty big hunch that if you make money on this one, I don't think you're going to go buy a Cadillac. I don't think you're going to go out to the Maldives. You're not going to go to Tulum. And you're not going to go to LSJ, Little St. James, which is actually the greatest vacation you can take. That's a joke, guys. So, I mean, it's just how far are we going to let Polymarket go before we start to regulate this psychopathic platform? You want to know? And the crazy thing is, to tie it all together, a bunch of people made money on us bombing Iran on Kalshi and Polymarket. There were a bunch of people that put money on us bombing Iran, and they're clearly insiders. They clearly knew, and they just made all this money. They're war profiteering. Make no mistake, Polymarket and Kalshi, make no mistake that this is war profiteering. They are involved in war profiteering. It's blood money. Look at some of these markets. Will Iran close the Strait of Hormuz by ? U.S. forces enter Iran by ? But by the way, guys, it's not gambling. It's investing. Iran and Israel-U.S. conflict ends by ? 68%. I mean, it's. Can we click on that market?
This one, which countries will Iran strike?
Oh, above that, Iran. Yep, that one. Let's see what people think about how long this is going to last. Okay. All right. Now, let's not do free advertising for them, but this is an interesting. Now, this is what they actually say their use case is, we're getting the wisdom of the crowd gets us insight on the future. It's like a crystal ball. No, it's not. You're a war profiteering, blood sucking, blood money fuck. Autistic fuck. Fuck you, first of all. But let's just take them at their word. Polymarket says that there's a 2% chance that the war ends on March 7th. What's today? March 4th?
Today's the 4th.
Okay. Now, scroll down and let's see March 15th, 4%. March 31, 26%. This is not looking good. May 15th, 57%. June 30th, 68%. Now, I don't know why there's not another one for March 31, 2030 and 2040. Guys, if you think that this war is going to end on June 30th, just set your money on fire. I mean, it's like, let's get him off the screen. I don't want to give him too much free advertising.
Wait, I have to show you this.
Yeah.
Sorry. I saw this made me laugh so hard while I was scrolling. Up. Some of the people might have seen it before, but look at what's grouped with the nuclear war stuff.
Let's see here. Oh, could you zoom in? My eyes are failing me. Here we go. 1 megaton meteor strike in 2026. Oh, so it's like a bunch of doomsday events. Okay. That will kill us. That will actually kill us. I mean, I literally wouldn't be surprised if Polymarket was like, Jesus Christ returns. They probably have that. I'm not even kidding.
How do you collect? How do you collect after the meteor strikes?
I mean, it depends on where it hits. That's why you go to an island. That's why you need a bunker. But
what if it hits the Polymarket headquarters?
Oh, we can only hope. We can truly only hope that the meteor hits Polymarket HQ and fucks it up. Somehow they'll survive, though. I mean, can you scroll up? Are there other funny ones in there?
It's just those three grouped together.
Will Russia test a nuclear weapon by March 31st, 2026?
They're more sad ones. Yeah. That's the funniest one I saw.
I mean, guys, we live in fucking hell. We live in hell. We live in a world where, we're preempt. I mean, what there needs to be a Polymarket for is will Pete Hegseth relapse? That's a market. I hate poly market. That's a market I would bet on. I want to see poly markets where it's like, will Pete Hegseth relapse by June by the end of June? Will Ted Cruz fly to Cancun in the next winter storm? Those are the markets I want to see. But make no mistake that the entire tech industry is now adjacent to war, right? And we don't have time on the main episode here, but what we're going to talk about on the Patreon is Anthropic, which is Claude, right? LLM. Anthropic is and OpenAI are kind of at in a little skirmish, to use the word skirmish again, in a little skirmish with the Pentagon on how AI should be used in war, right? Because obviously the Pentagon is now contracting with these AI companies, and it exposes, whether it's Polymarket and Kalshi or Claude or OpenAI, right? All of these companies, they are created, and all the people that work at these companies are liberal whites and Asians. All the people that work at these companies, they are progressive, wealthy Californian hypocrites. And they think they drank the fucking Kool-Aid. And suddenly, when all these companies start to work with Trump, that's like their red line. And because they actually think that they're ethical. These people at these companies, they actually think that they're like doing good for the world. It's actually insane. And then suddenly when they work with the Department of War, they want to protest as if they had any morals to begin with. It's laughable. But we'll get to that on the Patreon, patreon.com/Sean's Show. We do a bonus episode every week. It's just $5 a month. So come check it out. You can also join as a free member. And I'm going to make some content available for free so you can kind of check out, see if you like it, try before you buy kind of thing. And what else? seanreillycomedy.com. I'm on the road. I'm going to be in Columbus, Ohio on March 12th to do some stand-up comedy. And I'm on subscribe to Iran, to democracy, and most importantly to Sean Show. Review the show on Spotify. You guys know the deal. Help me out. If you're still listening, it helps a lot. It really does. And the show's growing. I'm very grateful. It's grown a little bit. We're getting there. And we're going to just keep on putting it out consistently. All you can do is put one foot in front of the other, especially when it comes to bombing schools. One school, I always tell people, if you're struggling in life, you bomb one school at a time. You put your jeans on one leg at a time, and you bomb one school at a time. Okay? So this week, what I want you guys to do, just keep in mind, just be preemptive. Be proactive. Preemptively hit your dad. If you think your dad's going to hit you, hit him first and hit him hard, because that's what we're doing. We're hitting our daddy. And have a great week. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to Sean's Show. Thank you to Connor for helping us out today, as always. And we will see you in hell. Goodbye.